Hey, hey, it's Stephanie Ferrara, your Empowered Creativity Coach. I am so excited about this time of year, not only because it's Christmas and it is my favorite time of year for sure, but also I get to spend this time planning next year. And I am actually going to do my best to stick to my plan. I know I've got to build some flexibility into it, right? But I haven't been one who has really planned out the whole year before, but I'm challenging myself to do that. I have planned out a couple months ahead, or at least planned out a month ahead. And I'm talking about planning, not just like what's happening when, but I do need to make sure that I've got things planned out in a way where I really know what I can handle in a given month, given week. Because something that happened to me this year was I ended up being in six different summits or engagements, speaking engagements, virtual speaking engagements, where I needed to do some promotion for them, things like that as well. And I realized I overbooked myself because I didn't have my calendar lined out well. When I said, yes, I can do that. Once I started putting those promotional dates into my calendar, I realized I was overlapping a whole lot. And I tried to keep that to a minimum as far as how that may impact you from a standpoint of getting all kinds of emails about all kinds of different things. But I think I handled it all right. But I want to do better this year. And so I wanted to say, I know right now it's a big time to be looking, what's the planner you're going to use for next year? What are you going to do? Are you going to go with this planner, that planner, all the fancy planners? Like I've had the fancy planners. I've got this one. I think my sister got me this Christian planner last year. A different one, or maybe I got this one last year, and she got me a different one that you know, you know, I've had this kind of planner. I've got another one out in my in my living room. I've got the business boutique planner. I've had all those like fancier planners. The one I always end up back and going to, this one right here. Super simple, like I don't know, $15 or less at Walmart. And this is the one that I actually use to plan out. Oh, I really only use the months. But plan out when I'm going to do a Facebook Live, when I'm going to be doing a promotion. But what I had done is only done that like a month, 2 months ahead. This year, I'm committed. I have my brand new planner. Isn't it pretty? It's teal. I try to find some, and I know it sounds like really silly, but like purple and teal, those are part of my brand colors. And it just helps me know like that is my business. My business is in here, right? So I've already taken, little sticky notes. I'm not fancy, taken little sticky notes, and I've gone ahead and tabbed the months. And I'm starting to plan out when am I going to be promoting my programs. When am I going to be doing? I'm going to be hosting 3 summits of my own next year. That's a big goal for me. And so I'm going to go ahead and put those dates in my calendar. That way I can back into when do I need to be contacting speakers? When do I need to be developing the promotional materials? All of those things so that I can back into it and know what does my year look like? Because when you're doing things like that, where I'm like a summit. So right now I'm in the process of working on the February summit. And so we're contacting speakers right now. We're reaching out and looking for those speakers now so that I can record everything in January to be able to bring it live in February. And that one's like I gave myself a really short timeline on that one. It's a 1-day summit. Then I'm going to go into a longer summit, maybe a 3-day or 21-day summit. So that's going to take a little bit more time. There's going to be a whole lot more speakers. I need to back into that, right? I need to plan well. And for me as a project manager, like I know this stuff, but sometimes I get caught up in just the day-to-day as well. And I'm like flying by the seat of my pants. What am I going to talk about today? What am I going to write about today? And I want to be more strategic next year. So I want to say, if those other paper planners work well for you, the full focus planner, like there's so many out there. If that works well for you, use it. Use it, use it, use it. This cheapo little planner, monthly and daily planner, this works for one monthly and weekly, not even daily. that's what works for me. And so that's what I'm doing right now, is planning next year. What are you doing to plan for your year next year? How are you forecasting what you're going to be doing, what you want to be doing? Some of this stuff is dreams. Like, with, like, I don't know, I would say even just a month ago, I had probably considered a summit, but had no idea like where I really, when would I want to do it? But then I was like, you know what? It's not going to happen unless I put it on my calendar and I make it happen. So it's on my calendar. We're making it happen. Those types of things. Even my YouTube show, I schedule that out. I plan it out. I know when I'm going to be posting things. And then sometimes I kind of fall off, right? Um, it happens. It happens. November and December have been extremely busy for me. And it's a great thing. It's a great problem to have, right? But I truly, like, I haven't posted a I haven't posted an Empowered Creativity show since mid-November. Ironically, that last show that I did post, no, I just recently posted another one, the one before that, where I had a pretty big gap. What was it about? Consistency. So anyway, I will be back. I've had a huge goal to go ahead and get caught up on those, get those scheduled, get those planned, get the blog posts written, and really plan out that content well. And then some of my other content can revolve around that, right? I can fit it in to where it makes sense. So that only happens when you actually take the time to plan it out and then stick to your plan. And sticking to your plan means you've got these longer goals, but you need to break it down to what's the goal then this month, right? What do I need to be doing this month to achieve that next month or the month after? And then what do I need to be doing this week? Okay, what's the task today that gets me to that? And so you take that bigger long-term goal and bring it back into the task that has to be done today that contributes to that longer-term goal. So I'm going to hold this is my public declaration that I'm going to hold myself to, planning this stuff out and really knowing and being intentional. So I am just honored, like, that I had the problem I did this fall, where I had all these summits that kind of overlapped. It was so much fun to be part of those summits, but I know that I need to look at my calendar and know what realistically, should I overlap 2 summits? No, I really shouldn't. I should know that I'm doing this one at this time and this one at this time, and just know. And even if some of them do overlap, at least I know in my calendar when I can be promoting them without it interfering, or them really getting in the way of each other, or me confusing you. It's like, what do you want me to be doing right now, Stephanie? Like, you're telling me all these things, right? So I'm going to be more intentional. That is one of my big words for this year. A lot of people do that word of the year. I seem to come up with one for sure. So mine is just intentional. And when I think I wrote it the other day, and it's kind of crazy because I should know it. I should have written it down somewhere easier to find, but definitely intentional is one of them. And so that's where we are. How do you plan? What works best for you? I'd love to know in the comments, what works well for you? Do you use a paper planner? I tell you what, though, I have the paper planner, but then the tasks, those things that make sure that the things happen on the dates that are in my paper planner, they have to be in my phone. I have to have them on my calendar in my phone. So I live by iCal in my phone. I plan on paper, then transfer tasks and work time that gets me there in my phone. I have to, or it doesn't get done. So what works for you? What do you do? What's your process? I would love to know. Just leave a comment and let me know.